rejuvenate for 3 years. So that's no chemicals and no pesticides. And that's what we're going to be aiming to teach as we move forward with our gardening. The produce has never been genetically modified or engineered. It helps protect the water, air, soil, and our food supply. And that particular, the PLU has 5 numbers, and that number for your organic produce normally starts with a 9. So, normally starts with a 9. That's for organic. This ensures that so to also back that up, you can look for words like organic, GMO free, no GMO, and now they even have another little label with a little picture on it. So even if you can't read it, you can't see it, you can always look for that label on the box or on the container. But I will say, most food, if it's in a box, I don't have to really tell you, right? But if it's in a box, it's normally been processed some kind of way. But it will tell you whether it's no GMO, but it's not necessarily organic. So got that? There's a difference. Okay.
So I noticed that on this fruit, the number is 4030.
Yes.
Does each one of those numbers mean something differently?
Each one of those numbers means something also. And there is a website that has a list. And look, I'm going to dig through my notes to see if I have that website with me. I might have to share that website later because I don't want to keep rattling the pages under my mic here.
So now, the next question I want to ask is, not everything in the grocery store is labeled
with the 9.
Well, when I go to my grocery stores, whether it's the Giant, the Safeway, food, any of the grocery stores, there are some stores that have all the organic stuff on one side and all the other stuff on the other side.
Yes.
And I try to go organic.
Yes.
Because I trust and believe that these vegetables that I am buying are being grown in a healthy environment.
And that's what it's supposed to be. And that's what our government is promising us. But trust me, the farmers are having a fight. They are. Those that have chosen to stay organic, they need to be backed up. They need help and they need support, because the farmers that have decided to go conventional or traditional have a lot more financial backing than those that are going organic. But we do have a lot of community developments that are coming up in D.C., Maryland, in the DMV, I would say, that are trying to help and support the organic produce.
There's a couple of them in Chicago. I know because I just came back from Chicago. And I had the opportunity of going to the farm in the middle of the city. I loved it. I can't remember the name, but I will actually bring that to you. Or if somebody's on the line or in Facebook and you're from Chicago and you know the name of that market, please put it in the feed. I would love to let people know that there are places where you can go. I know on in Northeast, I think it's on Thursday, they have do they still have the open market at Benning Road, where all the farmers come and bring their produces. They have one that's on Saturday morning up in Columbia Road. And those are the kinds of places that I like to shop. And and I don't get a lot of vegetables like that because guess what? They do not sit in your refrigerator for 5 days.
No, they don't. Hey, so that's because
they're not processed.
They're not treated conventionally.
So what I normally do, just for those people, well, what do? I usually parboil every vegetable that I get. So that means that I clean it, wash it, put it in the sink, and pour hot water, boiling hot water over it, and just let it sit there for about 5-10 minutes. Drain it, dry it, and put it in the freezer. So that then I'm ready to use it. It's like freezing my own vegetables.
Preserve it, yes.
Yeah. So there is a way. And I eat alone, so There is a way, but you can do the same thing for your family.
You
It
know
takes
what?
time.
There was another group that was here not too long ago with Dr. Baruch. It's Art. Oh my goodness! Come on, help me out. What's the name? I can't remember the name of them, but they're right in Anacostia. They have a cafe in Anacostia, and then the People's Movement. They've just started one right in Potomac Gardens. So right in Potomac Gardens also. So those are two areas where in Potomac Gardens I think they do theirs on Sundays. I'm not sure of, and I know I have it in my notes. I'm not going to fumble through my papers. I apologize. I will bring it back. I will bring it back next week.
So the one in Southeast,
and they said Anacostia.
Right.
And they have a cafe, but I can't think of the name of it right now.
It's called the Tuning Fork.
Okay.
And I think this is the cafe, the only healthy cafe that I eat in a lot of places in Southeast because I live there. But there are two restaurants.
Okay.
And one of them is on Martin Luther King Avenue. That's the Tuning Fork. They do cold pressed food.
Okay.
Cold pressed juices. And they do bean pies, like bean patties.
Okay.
And a nice salad. But there's a place up on South Capitol. And I think that's Southeast also. But you go straight up Martin Luther King Avenue, when you cross over to South Capitol, it's the first strip mall on your right side. They have an amazing supply of herbs and roots, and food is excellent.
Okay.
And of course, Dr. Baruch.
Right here. Look, every Monday, I go over and that's my lunch, and I take some for dinner and for lunch the next day and the next day. So I normally buy large quantities, so it'll last me for the week. So I'm getting my...
And the good thing about Dr. Baruch's restaurants, Everlasting Life and his Evolve, and he also has a taco vegan restaurant, is that a lot of their vegetables are live. So you have the choice. You can have live vegetables or you can have cooked.
Yes.
So it gives you choices.
I have been doing the live every week I come. I've been getting the kale. But today I think I'm going to have something cooked. But
a lot of people can't do live.
Yeah.
Your digestive system, like Stephanie just said, if you're not detoxed, a lot of the natural stuff will feel or seem as if you're going to get indigestion or you're going to get diarrhea or whatever. So detoxing on a daily basis is so much better than detoxing every 3 months or every 6 months. Or the objective is to cleanse your body completely.
But you know what, Rosa, that also goes back to, and if you're on Facebook, look at some of our previous segments when we talked about the alkaline levels and the alkalinity in our bodies, the acid and the alkaline, and where you need to be to have your body neutral. And you can go get that test done from your doctor also, or you can get one of them urine tests and stick it in there yourself and do it, but I didn't say that on the radio, or live, right? But anyway, but that has to do with you not being able to maintain natural, uncooked food because of the alkaline levels of your body. Because kale is on the alkaline side. It's more in your body because of the processed food that we've been eating. You have more acid. So when the two are in there, I mean, you already know what acid does, right? So just think about it, all right? So it's a battle going. And that's why you may get acid reflux or indigestion or something, because that live food can't sometimes combat all those chemicals, that aren't supposed to be in your digestive tract. Okay,
I'm really excited about learning the labels. Now, when I taught science, we used to do labels, but things have gotten so more progressive.
Yes.
And like you said, they're actually battling about whether foods should be labeled with GMOs.
Yes.
And the process is, from my understanding, the reason why they don't want to be labeled, the FDA and all that, is because this is a capitalistic society. So if you mark everything that's GMOs, a whole lot of companies are going to lose a whole lot of money because there's a whole lot of us who want to live healthy.
Yes.
And if we can't read the truth, then how are we going to be healthy?
So, let me read that label for GMOs. They normally have 5 numbers, and they start with the number 8. Okay, and then for your traditional, conventional, they 4 numbers that and that lets you know that they're grown. They normally start with the number 4, and that lets you know that they have normally been treated with some type of pesticide. And then the remainder of the numbers tells you, yes, and then the remainder of the numbers will tell you actually what market or what country or state that fruit was imported from. So,
oh, we need to write that out and put that in on our pages. We need. I desire to have that all written because now you just told me that my little kiwi has been grown in the wrong kind of soil with pesticides and all that stuff. So that stuff is you are what you eat.
Now, I didn't say it was grown in the wrong kind of soil.
No, but you said pesticides.
Yes.
So those pesticides might, I need to just, All righty.
All right. But
I can't even give this away, so maybe I need to cut it and put it in my plans.
Well, no, because now that gets me to our next case study. Because the pesticide, the number 1 pesticide that we're using in the United States has been Roundup. And I know I've even been using it in my yard to kill the weeds. When I'm out there cutting the grass and stuff, instead of having to dig the weeds up, spray it on there. And they eventually, shrivel up and die. And and then the grass can grow around it. Well, the Institute for Responsible Technology has done some case studies on Roundup, and they have a special report out there. And if you all take it upon yourself to either Google Mr. Jeffrey Smith, because this organization he's founded this organization in 2003. You can either Google him, or you can Google on YouTube. You can watch a couple of documentaries. One that scared the bejesus out of me, I didn't say Jesus, bejesus out of me was, oh my goodness, no, I didn't go brain dead. Seeds of Death. Seeds of Death. Now, his documentary is Seeds of Deception, but Seeds of Death took it all the way back to some of that genetically modified stuff. Mm-hmm. But it also talks about the pesticides, and there is another video that he's done out there where one of the doctors is explaining that how the pesticides can harm your embryo. Mm-hmm. So when we talk about some of these autoimmune deficiencies and they're genetic, but now you have your produce being sprayed with something to keep the bugs off or to kill the bugs, and we are ingesting it, and it's getting into our bloodstream. And they're talking about it being possibly affecting our embryos. Where do you think some of this genetic stuff
is so funny that you
coming from? I'm just saying.
It is so unbelievable because
and I'm no scientist. I'm just reading. I like to read. Reading is knowledge. Reading is power. Knowledge is power. There you go.
They always talk about how your environment is a reflection of your lifestyle.
What's that Sigmund Freud? Who is that? Because that's psychology. Yeah, that's psychology there.
All I do is remember.
Yes.
Okay. I never remember the names of titles of books
I don't either.
or authors or any of that, but I have read a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So, but years ago, they were doing a study of frogs. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this was years ago, like 8, 9, 10 years ago. And they were noticing the physical changes going on with frogs. Mm-hmm. And like I said, your environment is a reflection of your lifestyle. What's going on? So now, frogs live in water, and most of the time they live around places where things are fed into the soil. The soil kind of travels down and they eat the plants and all these chemicals that come from all these plants and all that. What they were noticing is that these frogs were growing both genitals. That they had changed and become
genetically modified.
They even found that this one family